Hello, everybody. I just want to introduce you this new initiative from Open Value Foundation together with the Universidad Autónoma de Madrid and two excellent people that we met in our life on impact investing, which are Concepción Asín and Carlos Reyes, that they are working for the World Bank, but they are helping in this initiative as a personal interest. So just a little bit of briefing on why are we doing this and what does impact coffee means in this environment. Okay. When we were doing philanthropy for more than 10 years, my husband and myself, through our foundation, we realized that not only philanthropy is the way to create development, that there are other financial tools that will be very helpful and probably even more successful in achieving this goal of ending poverty. And in this path of learning and taking from here and there, Professor Yunus, Acumen Organization and everything, I have the chance to meet Jim Jong-kim, the former World Bank president, and he said one thing that was really life-changing for me. He said that the tools that has made the rich countries more rich and that have been like impulsing the growth will be the same that we take the countries out of poverty. And it was what I was thinking before. So I just followed him through the years on his work in there. And what really astonished me the most was the launching of the pandemic bond. Because this pandemic thing, also any other catastrophe, I have always addressed them, or traditionally governments has addressed them as a philanthropy or granting task, because there are things that happen once in a lifetime probably, and that they need a really local and urgent approach. So no one was thinking in something to be financed in the long term. So this pandemic bond was the first time that the World Bank made me think that every problem could be approached with a finance tool that not necessarily need to be urgent and local and quick developed. So that's where, through the years, I got to meet Concepción Asín, that she was one of the minds behind this bond. And together we started thinking whether we can just share this knowledge with people in Spain and other countries that are not aware of these really edgy ways of solving problems. She introduced me to Carlos Reyes, another person that is working also in the World Bank, in the IFC. We decided all together with Mariecruz that works in the Universidad Autónoma. We are together working in the master for impact investing in Spain to do something like these coffees and try to share all this knowledge with the decision makers that are behind the green bonds, the catastrophe bonds, the granting aid to different problems in the world, in Spain and also in other countries. So I don't want to get further, and would love to introduce you, both of them that are here with me. As I told you, Concepción Asín from the World Bank and Mariecruz from the Universidad Autónoma de Madrid. Just the floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much, Maria Angeles and Mariecruz, for giving Carlos and I the opportunity to organize this. We are both of us very, very excited to share all the knowledge that in this path of doing innovation in financial markets for social investment. We are working, and to be able to bring those experiences and lessons learned, both success and also failures, from around the world to Spain. We think Spain has an amazing future on this, and in this sense, we think that the Open Value Foundation and Universidad Autónoma, you have the opportunity to become like a center of knowledge on this, right? Because as any market that is developing, there is a lot of information on the market, and sometimes it's very difficult since so far nothing is really standardized to know what is true and what is not, and what you should be talking about, right? So, well, first let me introduce myself, because I think I jump a little bit to the next question. But well, my name is Concepcion Aiza, and I started my career in the private sector, and then I moved to multilateral institutions, and I've been working for over 20 years, both in the public and private sector, mostly in financing institutions and in different economic issues. And I decided to move to the World Bank 12 years ago because I wanted to share and to push the agenda further, no, in this in all these financing challenges that are happening. So this is me, and very happy to be here. Thank you again, Maria Angeles, for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Maria Angeles and Open Value Foundation, for creating this Impact Coffee series. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Mariecruz. I am professor of economics at the Universidad Autónoma de Madrid here in Spain. My academic expertise is in international economic development, but especially financial inclusion for development and impact measurement. I teach these topics at the university. Also, I run the Master on Impact Investing, and together with Iciar Jiménez Barandaya, I am the head of the Impact Investing Chair at the Universidad Autónoma in Madrid. And thank you so much for letting us to participate in this series.
So such a good company and such good coffees we're going to have. And we're going to share knowledge, which is so, so important. So Conchita or Conchi or Concepcion, what are these coffees going to be about? What are the topics that we are going to be talking about?
So we are going through different impact coffees, right? We are going to try to summarize a bit and to discuss as well with key figures in the industry all over the world, what is the state of the industry, right? So we are going to be talking from thematic bonds, that probably that's the issue that people know the most, which go all the way from green bonds to blue bonds, gender bonds. What are they and what does really make them, right? Thematic bonds to catastrophe bonds, which is something that also, well, you mentioned the pandemic bond, right? But now also to finance the COVID and buying of vaccines, this kind of financing structures, right? And we'll go all there from specific products and also to more concrete financing needs, right? In the sense of structures like monitoring, reporting, and evaluation. For example, what is happening with the green ratings, right? What is Moody's or all the other investment agencies doing, like BlackRock? And also, it's very important that we are going to look at this from both, right? The public and the private sector. Why? Because one of the things that the COVID pandemic has shown us is that it's very, very difficult to get out of sustainability, right? Sustainability is here to stay and is a cross-cutting issue that is having an impact everywhere and on every single side of our lives. So what we are going, and there is no enough money in the public sector to finance all of this. So the private sector needs to step in and play a critical role. But what are the incentives for the private sector to step in, right? And how do we create those incentives through financial products, right? So for example, how we have seen with the catastrophe bonds, right? How would you create incentives to the private sector and private investors to invest in catastrophe bonds and then to ensure against catastrophe and make the cost of financing for a country or for a region cheaper? So all these things are interconnected because we live in an interconnected world. So how can we help? And I think that those are the things we are going to be talking about, and with key figures that they have learned through success and failure, because failure is also a very important way to learn, and you always have this on innovation.
Thank you, Conchita. I really share all your thoughts. And the next question was, why do we think it's important to share this knowledge? And you've already explained that we need the private sector to come on board. But there is also, with this, very edgy, because what you do is your daily basis, but what you do is really, really like the future. Yeah. So if for me, it is like if you can make it there in a catastrophe or in a pandemic, you can make it everywhere. And my guess in Spain, everyone is launching the same green bonds for the same things. So what we really try with this is to inspire to solve other problems, different problems with this same structure. But I want to listen from you that you're Spanish and that you are based in Washington. How do you feel that? Why do we here in Spain and in other countries need to know more about what you're doing?
So I think all this work and all this sustainable finance is booming everywhere. It started recently, like in 2007, right? With the first green bond issued by the World Bank. I mean, so it's a very nascent industry, but at the same time, the speed at which it's evolving is super fast and it's exponential. So it's very important to have the foundation rights to be able to build on that and at the same time to move fast. Spain has a huge potential. It has great banks that they are really financial industry that is really interested on this. It has also insurance industry that is interested on this. It has, for example, one of the rating agencies that was trying to create ratings, right, on all these kind of things that was recently bought by BlackRock. So it has a huge potential, but at the same time, we need in all this kind of a smoke, right, to be able to have a guidance until the dust settles, right? So in a way, with this impact coffees, what we want to do is to provide that backbone, right, for whatever investors, students, people that want to create a startup, right, would like to step into this industry and attract all what it is the ESG investor community, which is huge and is growing and growing. Because, I mean, as you know, with the green taxonomy in Europe, as of June this year, pension funds have to disclose where their investment is going. So this agenda is here to stay. So how do we know we work just with it, but also we make it a part of our core business, of our strategy, and we make for all, like we do well by doing good, right? We are able to do that. So this is the reason why this in Spain, we really think that it has a huge potential. And of course, we are in all this together. There are some things that we can learn from other countries because for certain reasons, I don't know, for example, in the United States, there are municipalities that they have already issued green bonds, right? Of even in South Africa, municipalities at the municipal level, in local markets, they are financing themselves through green bonds. So not even at the regional or the national level, right? But then there are other things where, as Spain, right, we might be able to teach other people, right? Or they might be able to learn from us, right? So this at the end is an exchange and collaboration where we hope to find a lot of synergies and to grow and to help in the development of this agenda.
Thank you. And Michael, as Concepcion has said before, we are in the middle of a nascent industry. And I guess that Universidad Autónoma de Madrid, with the Impact Investing Master, is educating the first professionals in Spain that are going to be really focused on this impact investing arena. So why do you think it is important for you to have these impact coffees under your umbrella of education?
Yes, participating in this Impact Coffee series is important to us since we share the same interest as the coffee series. At the Universidad Autónoma in Madrid, we have a research program on impact investing called Impact Investing Chair. Also, we have the master, as you said, the master on impact investing, which, to our knowledge, is the only program at the university specifically focused on this subject matter. Our goal on these research and master programs is the promotion of the impact investing sector in Spain and around the world, promote the knowledge on this topic, educate and train the new generations to stimulate investment with positive impact from Spain and also internationally, promote and teach which are the different types of assets and investments vehicles available to reach investment with positive impact. And at the end, bring all this concept closer to the different key players and open up the market for this type of finance in Spain.
And from your point of view, the academic point of view, who do you think will be interested in listening to these coffees?
At the university chair, we think there are several organizations who might be interested in this Impact Coffee series. For example, first of all, public administrations at the local, also regional, and also national level, as they are increasingly involved together with their European institutions in generating impact and sustainable investments. Also, we think it's important, in second place, for funds, family offices, lenders, and raters, as they direct investors' savings toward such investments. Also, foundations, since they have always supported with their funds the solution of social problems, as is the case of Open Value Foundation. Also for companies and firms, because with their activity, they contribute or not to the achievement of the social development goals. And finally, we think, of course, students at the university, because they will certainly be the ones who lead all these institutions in the future. And therefore, they will be, to a large extent, the main actors driving impact investing in this coming future, in Spain, and I suppose all over the world.
It's very interesting because you share the same point of view, because Concepcion was really keen in we need to attract the private sector, but the public sector also has a role to play with. So it is clear that we are going to try to attract all the decision makers in both sectors to be able to deploy, hopefully in a few months, years, very, very new, edgy and solution providing bonds or financial tools. Just one more thing, and it's to introduce our first Impact Coffee, that it's going to be on financing migration. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this Impact Coffee series, and I hope it's going to be a really good success. Thank you. Bye.